I'd like to call the August 18th, 2022 Board of Adjustment meeting to order. Brandy, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Hanson.
Here.
Kays.
Here.
Culhane.
Here.
Spire.
Here.
Dolly.
Here.
And Dargis Johnson, Aletsky, Ford, and Brink are absent. We do have a quorum. There are 5 members present. For variance applications, there needs to be 5 yes votes for an approval because it is the 2/3 of the entire board, which the entire board membership is 7 members. So just a heads up there, we only have a variance application on the Board of Adjustment, but that does mean that everyone, it needs to be a unanimous yes. So if the applicant wants to withdraw or anything, let me know prior to hearing the item, here A.
Thank you, Brandy.
Kelly, do you understand that? There's 5 of us on the board here present. You'll need all 5 votes in order for you to get your variance. So just want to make sure you understood that.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Todd. The third item on the agenda is the approval of August 4th, 2022 meeting minutes. Do we have a motion? These were attached to our packet.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion by Kays, second by Hanson. We have to do a voice or a roll call vote, I believe. Brandy, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Dolly.
Yes.
Spire.
Yes.
Culhane.
Yes.
Kays. Hanson.
Yes.
Fourth item on the agenda is our regular agenda, and that is board consideration of the variance, the 603 South Lake Drive variance. Brandy?
Yes, thank you, Liam. So this is a variance request for the side yard setback at the property located at 603 South Lake Drive. As you can see, it is in this location shown on this vicinity map. So the applicant is asking to include a 14 by 24 addition to the east side of the current structure, which is would be an addition to the garage. And so currently the house is 20.2 feet. Well, you can kind of see here, it's not square or parallel with the property line. So on the northern edge of the garage, there's 21.3 feet from the side yard, or for the side yard setback to the property line. And then where the garage ends, then it reduces down to 20.2. So the 14-foot addition on the east side does leave him at 7.3 feet on the north and then 6.2 feet on the south. And so to make it uniform, we just are saying a 6-foot side yard setback for the variance request, which typically a 9-foot side yard is required. So with that, I will stand by for questions.
What's the distance? The development to the, I guess it's east of Mr. Sunday's. There's no, that's just a storage of boat docks, or what is that there?
That actually has been torn down. There's a couple garages.
We'll have you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Where at?
Yes.
And we haven't, right
Would
up
you come up to
here-
the microphone and
and-
introduce yourself, please?
Yep. And did you open the public hearing?
I have not, but I will open the public hearing.
Okay.
Kelly Sunday. I live at 603 South Lake Drive with my wife, Michelle, a couple kids. But as I was saying, the buildings that are showing there, that's an old picture. They have been torn down. The neighbor who owns it across the street did leave one shed on the lot, and he has some things, I would say 4 different items located on the back lot that he has on storing on the lot, boat ramp or a boat dock in a trailer.
Who is the owner of that property?
I believe it's Felicia and, they live in Sioux Falls.
It's Curtis.
I want to say.
I am the owner. My name is Felicia Gertis.
Thank you.
Ma'am, do you have any comments regarding the request?
I just want to know if this is going to affect our property value, since I do have the smallest lot there across from our lake house, and I would like to know how they propose to take care of the water runoff from their property onto our property.
Does the water currently run onto your property today, ma'am?
There's enough space now with like a little kind of like ditch area that it goes to. So my concern is if they move it over, that the water may run onto our property.
And that is something too, when they would come in for the building permit, staff would review to make sure that the drainage is going, actually this property, it would go north and south. So they would need to accommodate for their own drainage that the addition would cause.
Okay, and is this going to decrease my property value at all?
It's more so, I don't foresee that being an issue. There are areas in town where you can be reduced down to a 6-foot side yard setback when a lot is pre-existing and it doesn't meet the 75-foot width. So, and then you're still really the reason for the side yard setback is a lot of for fire protection, and the absolute minimum for fire is 5 feet.
We would be looking at having a minimum of at least 10 feet between structures on both properties. That's the reason for that 5 feet.
Yeah. Yep. So each property would have 5 feet, but we have higher standards of the 9-foot side yard setback, and that is because it does just allow for more space for the drainage and separation, whatnot. That's just been, that's what our standard is.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, more of a comment. You know, we've had similar side yard request variances over the years because of the R1 designation at the lake and many lots not meeting the minimum lot width. This lot does meet the minimum lot width, correct?
Yes.
But we have if you look across the street, you can see many lots that are closer than 9 feet, correct?
Yes. It's, I think too, and Mr. Sunday can speak to this, but a standard additional stall is the 14 feet. So, and he has 20 feet today, so it's just, I think, to fit another standard stall on.
You have it's currently 20 feet wide, your existing garage?
It's actually 28 feet
28.
by 30.
So we'd be a 42 feet wide then for the garage.
Correct.
Brandy, is there enough buildable area on that? I mean, it looks like there'd be plenty of buildable area to put that in the back yard.
Yep. Yep, they would be able to have an accessory, a detached accessory structure. And for, I mean, that could be up to 1,260 square feet. 12-foot sidewalls, 20-foot overall height.
Public hearing is open. Is there, and we've heard from Mr. Sunday, we've heard from his neighbor. Is there anyone else to speak on behalf of or against this variance request? Please come up, introduce yourself.
I'm sorry.
We'll call you back up if we have any more questions, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah, so Bert Max with the Utilities. we don't have any issues with the variance. I'm just basically wanting to make sure that the homeowner is aware that his electric service comes up on that side, so when he builds the garage, he's gonna have to relocate his electric service at his cost. That's all.
Thank you.
Good deal, thanks.
Anyone else to speak on behalf of or against the variance request?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
So again, Brandy, the caller had said that she has the smallest lot. I don't, dimension-wise, I mean, Mr. Sunday shows it's 100-foot wide. Can you use GIS, or is it, I mean, is it 75, is it 95?
Yeah.
What's the size of her?
Oh, and she, you know, just I think square footage wise, so hers is 83. So she still meets the
Lot
minimum.
width.
Yep.
Correct. And then.
But just in, I think in proximity of saying that her,
Correct. And so then, if my memory serves me correctly, the farther to the south there, I think it's the country club. I mean, they use that for overflow parking, or, I mean, that's not really a developed road or anything behind those, no farther to the south.
to the south.
South of the properties, I mean, it's like right there. I mean, the country club uses that as overflow parking or golf cart or,
Or water storage at some times of the
I mean,
year.
that's not actually a developed road or an improved road.
No.
Or would it probably ever become?
No, it's not even
You
a
are
platted right
correct.
of way.
I guess I struggle with hardship when you've got buildable area on your lot that would be, you know, conforming. I know across the street, it seems like we've backed ourselves into a corner and let a lot of things slide, but in this development where they have conforming lots, I guess I'm struggling with granting an easement.
And another
variance.
thing to think about too is the lakefront property, actually, I mean, we do treat those, currently we treat those completely different because then the lakeside is the front yard and the rear yard is the street side. So, and that is only for those lakefronting properties. So to compare them,
But side yards are the same regardless.
Well, the lake, it seems like we've,
well, and a lot of the lake properties that are not conforming they're legal, non-conforming, because they pre-existed the zoning ordinance.
Last call. Anybody in favor of or against, or I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion. Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second for discussion.
Motion by Case, second by Hanson. Any further discussion on this variance request?
This is cumbersome for me as well. I mean, I understand that we've got a conforming lot and there's a structure on there. My problem has always been with the lake is that the zoning ordinance is imperfect regarding it. We have plenty of examples, and I'm not sure the 9 foot is the standard requirement that it should be. I know it is the requirement that it is, but I know that we've sat on this board in the time that I've been on the board, and variances have been granted to lake properties, whether it's a lakefront property or whether it's a crossroad on a back lot. We've done it, and the question is 6 feet or 9 feet the right answer? And I know we're not supposed to base our decision on, predicated on things that had happened in the past. I'll make up my mind when we call the roll, I guess.
I think
I think it was mentioned already too, but many of the other lots adjacent to the lake are much narrower lots. So similar to the R2A in town, we have different setback requirements for narrower lots versus a lot that's 100 foot as this one is. So in regards to some of the other variances granted in the past on these legally non-conforming lots, I do believe that has some weight to it.
I think when we would look at a Lake Residential District 2, I mean, obviously, looking at where we're at today with a lot of the properties, but when we created the R1C, again, that was because it was narrow widths of 50-foot lots. We did the 6 foot on one side and 9 foot on another, so that you would still be able to get a vehicle to the back of the property. Now, in this situation, if the east side was 6 foot, the west side would still allow for still meeting that 9 foot setback. And then some, it looks like. So, and GIS is not accurate with its lot lines here, so don't let that deceive you. But from the site plan, you can see it's not measured because obviously we're not looking at that side. But I think that would be something important going forward that we would want to make sure to retain if we end up creating that Lake Residential District.
Thank you, Brandy. Thanks for everyone's comments. Anybody else, parting comments before I call the roll? Brandy, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Dolly.
No.
Spire.
No.
Cohane.
Yes.
Kays.
Yes.
Hanson.
No.
2 to 3, motion fails. Item number 5 is open public comment. Does anybody have any comments they want to make that was not on the regular agenda? Mr. Campbell? Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I'll give you a call.
Wonderful. Number 6, new business.
None that I have?
Old business.
Nope.
Wonderful. 8, motion to adjourn, please.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Hanson, second by Kays. We are adjourned.
All right, and now we'll hold on for Plan Commission. Moment.